evening. It is May 12th, 2026. It's Tuesday. So we are live tonight for some crafting. I would say stamping. I hope I am. Okay, I see me again, so I think we're okay. My internet was being weird earlier. Let me pull YouTube back up on my phone. It wasn't refreshing, imagine that. There we go. Live says I'm live, and I see me, so that's good. So I hope everybody's had a great week. I want to thank everybody locally who attended the crop this last Saturday. We raised over $400 for the Schaefer Scholarship Fund at my church, and I think everybody had a really good time. I know if I could, people would love if I could host more, but I am looking at fall dates, and I'm going to try to get that reserved here soon, so we can do a save the date for everyone. I would like to shout out that we are 1 week into the May catalog and May online exclusive release, so we have lots of new products, including our new in colors, and I would love to hear what some of your favorite products are, so list those down in the comments. That would be great. There is still the join special going on for this month, so if you're interested in joining my Stampinup team and the Stampinup family, for $99 you get $125 in product of your choice, plus all of the new in color ink pads, which is a $65 value. If for some reason you don't want these in color ink pads, which I can't imagine why, you can choose an additional $35 in product. So this is definitely the deal. So otherwise, not a whole lot of other announcements. I do want to shout out the May product of the month, which is available with your $75 order. You can add to it for $5 when you reach that, and it is the Berry Botanical Vellum. And mine happened to come today, so I'm going to bring out a piece of white cardstock. Hey, Julie. And show you, I am really impressed about how this vellum looks. One, it's a great thickness, and it is beautiful. It is, I think you get 3 each of 4 designs, which is kind of nice. So this is full vellum. Do I have a piece of colored cardstock? What are some of the colors? I think Berry Burst is one of the colors. I want to throw a Berry Burst cardstock underneath. Here's just a strip, so you can kind of see. That doesn't do much for me. So there's this piece, which is really cool. So I'm definitely going to have to bust out some projects with these. We have this, Fresh Freesia plaid. We have another floral design, which maybe this one a little bit more cut apart friendly than that first design. Could definitely fussy cut these flowers and pair them up with the leaves. That would be kind of fun. And then finally there is a great polka dot, which let's see, what are the colors they're saying? Is this garden green? Or is this the new green? Golden Glow. Peaceful Pine. So this is our new in color green Peaceful Pine. So, and with the little white dots, it almost looks like snow. So this might be worth picking this up as your product of the month and then hanging on to these Peaceful Pine sheets for Christmas cards. But otherwise, it's really great. And again, it's a nice thickness for vellum, and it's a whole big vellum pack, which is pretty awesome. So tonight, I have some more comments. Oh, hey, welcome. Oh, Wendy's on. Hey, Wendy. I know I haven't seen you for forever and ever. Glad that you are here. So I also received the new shimmer brushes today. Again, these showed up like a day or two early. I didn't expect them to come. And since I already have this, before I do the project, which is going to be showing you how to make this little treat holder, and we'll go through everything, I thought we would open one of these shimmer brushes and show you how you would put this together. So these are available in all 5 of the in colors. So that is our in colors here. Let's come down a little bit. I had the camera up high because I'm going to use the scoreboard later, so we'll just move it back up. Maybe we'll do a little better focus situation. And let's go with the golden glow. I think that'll show up nice, and it does read pretty glow. So I did get to use these when I was in on stage in Long Beach. And what is nice is they are giving you a little instruction situation. So if you forget this, when in doubt, read the instructions. So we have the cap here, we have our nice little brush. But see this white here, we want to remove that. So we're going to unscrew, and then that becomes trash. And then when we screw this back on, you see the little black nub there is going to puncture in. So we're going to shake it. And then, just like your Wink of Stella, when you are using these, now this is the first prime, so it even says push right here. So we are going to get this primed up, and it'll take a little bit the first time. See how the ink, I don't know how well you can tell, the ink starts to come down into the barrel, and it's already, oops, out of focus. And so now the color's coming down to the tip. So if you're using your Wink of Stella or these new glimmer brushes, and once you're all prepped, do it over some scrap paper. Of course, I'm using this giant piece of white that could be a card base. Let's do at least a little smaller piece here. And it'll fill up down here. We'll just open one, you can see the difference. So we can see how there's color coming in. And again, once you're primed, this isn't as much of an issue. I always recommend to shake it with the cap on. What is nice is the cap will set on top of here. There we go. And I say that this has a lot of sparkle to it, and it probably doesn't come very well on the camera. But it really shows in person. So if you make sure to add these to your wish list, you don't have to get them all at once. You're going to want them all. I want to say they're $10. I should have looked up the price before I did the video. But you're going to do that with all of them, and then I recommend, this probably tells you to store them parallel. Is that right? Parallel? Shake well. Gentle pressure. For best results when coloring stamped images, stamp the images in a permanent ink. To store, replace the cap on the brush in firmly and store vertical with the cap on. And then keep out of extreme temperatures and direct light. So that's kind of a good rule of thumb for anything. So we're going to want to store these vertical. Don't stick them up like this, because then you're going to go through that whole repriming. And then if I come back to this tomorrow, I'm going to reprime. See, look, there's a little spot here. I'm going to reprime over my scrap paper before I use it again. So they really are cool and beautiful, and you're going to probably see me using these on lots of projects, and I think there's about a color for everything. So Stella has some friends now, so we're very excited about that, and I hope you are too. So now for tonight's project, I'm really excited to share this with you. I saw this on a Facebook short, was not a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. It was just like some random person doing a craft. And she just folded everything without a scoreboard, but it's much easier. Now this piece here I have is retired cardstock, but there is a way to do this and get your, this is a directional pattern. So we're going to review about how you can make this and have your directional pattern go the right way. Of course, when it comes to the sides here, it's a little wonky. So I had these at each spot at the crop, and I did the little sheep, your fabulous. I did like a little tag and did that, and all of them were different. They were all very old cardstocks I had in a pile. You're going to need, and what I included is I had a little sample 4x6 of some retired cardstock. This is coming undone. This is a granola bar, like a chewy bar. I had a couple gummies just tied with some ribbon that I had. I had some Hershey chocolates wrapped together. And then these little pop chips, which I never had before. So that was kind of a gamble. They're pretty delicious. So I do recommend, it was something different because I guess it is popcorny. I don't know. It was different. It didn't taste like a chip. So when I do little table favors, I came up with, okay, I didn't come up with it, but I saw this box and I was like, ooh, this is what I want to do. And I kind of had to have a lot of treats to put in it to fill it up. So that is one thing to consider. So its finished size is 6x3 and the height is 3. So 6, 3 by 3. So you need to have a few things to put in there to make it worthwhile. But if you turned it into like an Easter thing, maybe some of the little grass or paper shavings in there, and that would raise your level up. You could add a little handle this way or a little handle that. I think a handle this way would be the best. I'm really interested to hear what maybe you would use this for, different ideas. So you do not need your scoreboard. You could use your trimmer, and actually the gal in the video, she just folded the paper without a scoreboard, which I thought was insane. She just folded. Doing the scoreboard makes it much easier. So I feel that this is on the last chance for $11.25. It's got a small discount. This is the Square Snippets DSP. You get 4 each of 3 designs, which is kind of cool, great for scrapbook layouts. And this back's got some little flowers on it. But these little squares are great for cards, or I think for doing like a quilt type layout. And some of the squares are these larger they're like 4x4, or they're these small 3x3 squares. So since this is a directional pattern, I'm going to score first at 3, 6, and 9, and I have pattern on the side, which means tilt it, because this is the way we would, to me, this is the correct way, because of these leaves here, and probably this flower here, and maybe even these roses. So because of that, I want to, and even this, oh, you can't see that, this green piece that looks like notebook paper. So when I say score on the side, we're going to tilt it to the side. And we're going to score it 3, 6, 9. And it's kind of nice with this. You can kind of see, because of the squares, I thought making this box with this paper would be very, very interesting. Okay, so 3, 6, 9. Then we're going to turn. And we're going to do 3 and 9. Did I mention that there's no cutting and no glue involved with this box, which is amazing. And that's it, we're done. That's it, the box is done. Yay. Okay. How's my camera situation doing? So now I'm going to come through and I'm going to varnish my marks. So there's my original half. So you could see if you didn't have a score, you could fold it in half and then fold up a third here. It would be harder to do these sides, but it makes it so nice. And again, you could do your trimmer. You do the score blade on your trimmer. So now I have everything varnished. I think, can you see that? Yeah. So now we're going to fold it in half. And I want the pattern to be upside down at this point. So then if I were to turn it over, this is the right side up for me. Okay. So we want to be with the upside down forward. This will actually be the back. This is actually going to get hidden. So you can come through and I want you just to refold those. This is the 3-inch score and the 9-inch score when we turned it. So we have the fold down here, and then this is the opening. And here, with the fold, we're going to come up and make triangle to our 3-inch score line. Again, with this snip paper, you can really see, you can tell, because they're all 3 by 3. So this is both folded up, and then here we're going to fold just that front flap. And then I want to come through and I'm going to do this again. And we're going to repeat that on the other side. Again, this is our upside down. This is where our score is. And we're going to fold that into a triangle. Varnish with our handy dandy bone folder. And then this top one, we're going to just do the top. So now we have this funny shape here. It's not quite the diamond. So now what we're going to do, this is going to come and fold down. And I know it's a very light piece. Now what we're going to do is we're going to pick this up and we're going to do a fold on the diagonal in this upper square. So what I find it's easy is to try to take this point here, so that's this point where the triangle is, and get it lined up here. And I find if I take it and I kind of do a little pinch, then I can come with my bone folder. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We're kind of like making little ears. And if it's not a perfect, it's going to be okay. You don't want to make your triangle over this score line. We're not perfect. And I need to turn it so I can varnish. And now all I'm going to do, so it looks, now we're like this, and these little flaps are just going to tuck right in. And that is your box. So you have, and so what I kind of did was I was decorating like this side, but it kind of, I think I did that on all of them, but you could decorate whichever side you wanted. Let's see, here's one. So here's where I had directional with this, who remembers this soda designer series paper? This is old, like feels very black. I think this is from when Lemon Lime Twist was an in color. I had this in my stash. So then you could really just fill it with all kinds of things. Ooh, good. Wendy likes it. It's so simple. And so I just recommend just get a piece of 12 by 12. You want to use two-sided for one thing, because otherwise, if it's not two-sided, you're not getting the this great effect. But get a piece that maybe you're not too fond of, or if it's just the last one in a pack, to practice. And honestly, once you do two, like, you can do them. I did 25 of these, and it was very quickly. I went and I scored them all, and then just watched a show. I folded. I really like the way how it works with the squares. Now, if I wanted to have the squares on the inside portion, I'd have to fold it the other way. It would almost be the opposite. So that's where you could experiment too. Like, I could take this apart. Right? Let's see if we wanted to do the opposite. So the double layer was the squares. Okay, so to do the double layers as the squares, so if you wanted your directionals to be on this piece here where it has the second layer, you're going to put that pattern on the inside, and when you fold it in half, you want it to be the right direction. So this is the correct way, and fold in half, because I think if it was like this, it would be upside down. So we want it to be the correct direction. Fold it in half, and then we're going to do our triangles. So it's going to reverse everything. And then when we fold the flap down for the correct direction, and with this paper, it kind of does, and then you get, I kind of like this way better for this paper, because then you get all of the cool squares inside. So then you could decorate the more plain side, and then you'd have all of the fun patterns. So what is nice is if you put it together and you're like, oh, I don't like the way that looks, it is easy to reverse it. The main thing is when you score it in half at the 6, that you want your pattern facing right or left, not up and down. So hopefully that makes sense. I'm going to keep it this way. I like the little, and then, oh, we could come through. Where's my white gel pens? I know I bought them. Would be so cute to write. You think I could write on here without something underneath it with the new gel pen? I need a little tester piece. This does not stay on there very well, which is kind of annoying. Let's get the gel pen going. Is there like a little thingy on it? I remember when I was using these on stage, you did have to go slow. There we go, and a little bit of pressure. How could I write little dimensional thing here? Because it looks, I mean, I know it's a notebook paper. Oh my gosh, my handwriting looks terrible. But it kind of looks like a chalkboard too. So these new gel pens are great once you get the right angle on them. And I hadn't used them for a while, as you can see. I just pulled them out of the pack. But this would be something I would test out on a scrap piece to make sure that you have the right slant with your handwriting to get them to work well. So let me know what you would put in your little box. What would you see these for? I mean, they would be cute for like office things. They would be cute for little trick-or-treat and Halloween paper, little trick-or-treat things, Easter baskets, any type of, maybe, I mean, it's a substantial size. So, you know, there's lots of small treat holders out there, but sometimes we have things that we want to give, like a bag of chips, and you need a larger something to put those in. So it really does make a nice presentation, and they come together very, very quickly. This one looks so cute with the little square paper. You should go and get some on the last chance on a discount, so you can make cute little square papers too. And there's another, there's this design, which is, I think, different. That was the one we just did. Yeah. This one's slightly different, and here's a sample of the larger squares. So that one's going to look a little bit different, but man, it looks really cool with those 3x3 squares. So, hope that you are going to give that a try. And that's probably going to be all that I have for tonight. So, I'm really excited to hear about your feedback in the comments, and thank you for those who have been here live. I think I'm good for next week video. I am probably going to be pulling out some new product to show. I don't quite know what yet. Maybe we'll use this vellum with something. This vellum is so cool. Oh geez, Wendy's talking about doing a 9x9 and changing and modifying it. Let me know. I don't have time for that. You probably could though. Man, what if it was a 6? I'm going to try a 6x6 off the camera. That's going to be tiny. I wonder if it'd fit little Hershey's. Alright, I'll share it on my stories on Facebook, a 6x6 one. Like a little finished I got lots of 6x6 paper. Because 6x6 I don't have to cut down. 9x9 I'm whacking stuff off paper, and why would I do that? Part of the reason that I love this is it does use the whole sheet of 12x12. And I know some of us have a shortage of 12x12, not. So it's nice and easy to do. So once again, thank you everyone who did come to my crop. I really appreciated you being there. I appreciate everybody's continued support here on YouTube and over on Facebook. If you have not yet, please make sure to like this video and subscribe if you have not already. And just as a reminder, for less than $1, we all have 9,000 cards. I probably have 9,002. You can brighten somebody's day by sending them a handmade card. Because it feels great to get actual mail in the mail. We will see you around the internet. As always, of course, also reach out to me if you have any questions about anything. And we should be seeing you next week, Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. Central. Bye, everybody.